I just want everybody to, like, not chill and play video... No, I want people to chill and play video games. So I don't have to worry about this sort of thing. What are these? Oh, they're the weird robo-birds. I remember these things. Michelle is rushing out of the room to get me to stop talking about politics. I'm trying to stay away from the major stuff. I'm mostly trying to talk about historical politics as opposed to anything else. Unfortunately, you know, now that I think about it, as far as, yeah, Mecha Mina, I think these things are... Nope, never mind. I was gonna say, I think these things resist physical pretty hard. But no, that's mostly just metal slimes. No, they do. Just crits wreck their shit. One of the kind of crappy things about, I'm gonna call it life, or maybe my education. I've only ever learned half of this stuff secondhand, or by, like, being in these countries. You know, I know about the fall of Yugoslavia, because I was in Croatia. And you kind of get the first-hand, experience when you're kind of in the area, because there's straight up still landmines in Bosnia. Like, there's whole buildings that you can't go into.
Another one bites the dust.
Because there's mines in there, and it's just like, oh shit. And so you kind of, like, learn the history by being present. But, like, there's a whole lot of, like, especially American imperialism and stuff, that, like, our education system straight up doesn't really tell us about. I kind of wish it would, because, like, I feel like a lot of modern problems would be solved by, you know, properly educating people about everything. Instead, it's like, hey, let's learn about, ancient Chinese history, and Genghis Khan, and... you know, and, you know, every single Roman Empire. And it's like, I mean, it's relevant, but I feel like, historical, education is backwards.
Who else wants?
And that just learning as close to, like, the true facts of, you know, the past. I don't know. It'd make it a lot easier for me to understand some of these things, too. Because, like, as a working adult, I don't have the time to sit down like I did in school and actually learn this shit. I guess I could if I had, like, a afternoon to just, waste. Hey, we gotta... Nope. We can't do the Scorch move. Maybe we have to have a different weapon equipped? Maybe not. I don't know. Let's just hit the little devil. Maybe kill him. There we go. It's hard to talk about your own history without bias. Oh, absolutely.
Another one?
Luckily, I don't know, with stuff like the internet, it's becoming a lot easier for, I guess, the dissemination of, like, information. Because, yeah, somebody brings up, American history classes are part of a larger government attempt to suppress potential threats to the current political and economic systems in the U.S. I feel like that might be a little bit of a, conspiratorial, take on the situation. But I would agree that, like, I do feel like, low-key propaganda is always something that, like, has snuck its way into the education system. Which kind of sucks. But, like, the internet is doing a great job of universalizing that. Which is why I always get scared when there's the whole thing about, like, net neutrality and, like, you know, governments or whatever censoring the internet, so it's like, this is the only thing you hear. Like, I have, relatives that will only get their news from one place. And, like, I will admit, I definitely, like, get my news from biased sources, but I try and, like, read more than one spot. And, like, I straight up once was talking to my grandmother, and she's like, yeah, at this point, I only get my news from, like, these 3 places, and they were very biased places. And I was just like, that's not a good way to, like, broaden your horizons or even, like, think of alternate viewpoints. That's just how you end up parroting things. It's bad. Shell likes British news. I guess they would be unbiased about some things happening here. Anyway, monster mounts. If you spot a monster sparkling away while you're out and about, means you're able to ride it or its mount if you can manage to defeat it. This will enable you to access areas you otherwise couldn't get to. Also enable you to use its unique abilities. Why not give it a go and give that shiny exoskeleton a good hiding? Who knows where it might be able to take you? Hell yeah! This is cool. Hi. You're dropping crumbs on me. I'll get some cake later. Yesterday was my birthday, and so Shell made me carrot cake with peach chantilly frosting, which is really good. Okay, so this is the one that we want to mount. You can't just mount anyone; it has to be a shiny one. This is cool, though, the idea of being able to mount, like, a monster and use it as a mode of transportation. I'm looking forward to experiencing this. Peach frosting sounds tasty. It is! It's really good! We like to get it from Whole Foods. It's usually pretty tasty. You can now ride the exoskeleton. Now are we in it? Oh, we're just in it. We are actually in it! I thought you'd see the eyeballs, but no. We kicked out whatever was in the inside, and now it's us. We are the exoskeleton. We get a seat of defense. Carrot cake with peach sounds like it seems like a weird combo. I mean, it's just it's mostly just sweet, but it's good sweet. Oh, some magic water. Okay. Oh. Do I remain in the exoskeleton? No. Okay. I was... Wait, but my magic is in the yellow? That's weird. Maybe it'll, okay. It's just everything goes in the yellow when I'm mildly injured. Oh, if we're going into a fight, we might actually... Because it looks like we're going into a boss fight. I might want to actually give, I might actually want to give him... Nope. A different weapon. Because we've got the dagger. There's also the +1 broadsword, which I have apparently neglected to equip. Well, the dagger only increases... Pretty much nothing actually increases his damage. Let's just go with the bronze sword +2. Oh right, there was the Templar's uniform. Sure, though I have no idea what charm does. Alright, whatever.
They're taking candy from a baby! This is going to get us into his good books! I just know it! We're sure to get a big reward!
Hey, what do you think you're doing? That orb belongs to us. Get your filthy hands off it.
Whoever you are, you've just made a seriously big mistake!
I like the fact that the villains actually have kind of a personality. Also, I guess giving Eric the boomerang was a good idea for this one. Even if I'm not exactly a big fan of how they sound. Alright, do I set them on fire? Yeah, let's set them on fire. Might as well do AoE. I guess I could focus fire them, but I think this will be fine. Mainly, we're probably gonna have to Tunks do, healing after a little while. But it shouldn't be that big of a deal. Oh, they are loud. Where? Wow. And they managed to make them sound monstrous. I did a decent job with it. Oh, they don't actually have that much HP either. I mean, they're tough, but these are no, like, ridiculously overpowered creatures. One on the right's actually looking pretty worse for the wear. I might not even need to heal. They're super loud for some reason. It's, so the screams are tied to the voice acting, the voice meter. So I have the voices turned up so that you know, during cutscenes, nice, killed them simultaneously. Yeah, during cutscenes, you know, the characters won't be quieter than the sound effects or the music, and it makes it really easy to balance. The problem is, for games like this, if the boss has voice acting, in battle they'll also have voice acting and it will be much, much louder. It's why Gemma was so annoying in the first couple episodes, because, hey, what do you know? She was voice acting the entire time, being like, yeah, get him!
Ha! Amateurs. But who the hell were they? And what did they want with the orb? Well, whatever. It's back with its rightful owner now. And about time, too. You know, after they threw me in jail, I thought I'd never see this thing again. But here I am holding it. You're some kind of lucky charm, you know that? I've got a feeling that if I stick with you, everything will turn out okay. Just don't ask me what I mean by everything. That's my business. Right, I've done what I came to do. Guess we should head east and check out that door of departure place your grandpa mentioned.
Oh, is there anything left in here? No, it doesn't look like it. Okay, oops. Oh, might as well get out of here. And I'm probably gonna just do it in this thing. Because I can. And because it's really amusing. I wonder what other types of monsters we can mount in this game. Because the idea of just riding around on a monster does actually amuse me greatly. I was really hoping I could actually jump across the gap or something. That would have been rad. Right, I forget that there's an auto run in this game, but the auto run is real awkward. Let's not do it. But yeah, so far so good on this game. I'm really enjoying it. It really isn't exactly the most what I say. I wouldn't exactly say it's the most like ridiculously advanced JRPG I've ever played, but it's very comfortable. And the whole time travel thing was kind of fun. Apparently it's about 30 hours long. It's not bad. I think 30 hours is about right for a JRPG. You know, throw in a little bit more for post-game content. Longer than that, and it's a serious problem. Like, you don't generally want your game to be, you know, 100 hours long unless it, like, really can stand on its own 2 feet. I was talking about Persona 5 earlier, and just, like, it was a great game, good plot, great gameplay, so on and so forth. But, like, it could have been half the length, and I think it would have been just as satisfying if they'd, like, condensed some of the dungeons down, or, like, you know, little... Maybe it's just, like, the classic Persona formula was the thing holding it back, but I definitely found myself being like, alright, let's get on with it by the end of the game, as opposed to being like, yeah, we're at the end. That's it, the game gets better, in my opinion. I mean, I'm already enjoying it, so it's not exactly what I call, I don't think I need to be assured that it gets better. But maybe it's a matter of expectations. I expected this to be a delightful, let's kill this thing. I expected it to be a delightful, you know, relaxing JRPG that doesn't really push the envelope much. And so far, that's what I'm getting. I think that's kind of all I need sometimes. Sometimes it's nice to play like more advanced and interesting things. Still got to get back to Octopath. Oh, that game needed voice acting. I don't mind not having voice acting, but having voice acting just makes such a massive difference. At least as far as I'm concerned. So, we want to do... forge items. Tung's extensive experience on his quest has granted him new crafting capabilities. Maximum focus is up by 3. Double-edged bash. Double-edged bash is a strong simultaneous strike over 2 squares, one above the other. Okay. Rework an item. So we can use 4 Perfectionist Pearls to rework one of these. Let's try it. What's the worst that could happen? Strike a single square at standard strength. Okay, let's go with this. I might want to rework it later. But let's see what happens with reworking this supplicant. What happens with it? Supplicant +2. Okay, so what's that do? Can you just continuously improve, like, gear and equipment like that? Because if that's the case, that's really cool. What can we buy from this guy? Broadsword, Divine Dagger... Scale shield. So he's got some different equipment that we could probably pick up here. Oh. Including crafting components and stuff. I might just go out and farm a bunch of these at some point. Okay. Anything else I want to work for? Door of Departure, and it looks like there's a dock. You know what the other thing we should probably do? We haven't saved in a while, so now's a good time for it. I don't want to go too much further. Okay, it looks like we only have 3 save files? No, we might actually have more than that. It says 1 out of 3 pages, so I might be able to go to a different one. But yeah, it's an interesting crafting system. It kind of reminds me of a less confusing version of what the original Xenoblade had. That had a bizarre crafting system. It wasn't bad. It was just like a mess? I'm sure it made plenty of sense once you got through with it. But for me, oof, I barely got to actually mess around with it from what I remember. And what I did get to mess around with was confusing. Huh. Let's go to the weird barbarian squid thing. Calamari. Oh, we should probably consider reforging. Next time we see a boomerang, we should forge it up. Other weapons require a lot of balance, but I prefer the one-handed sword and shield better than the two-handed sword. Yeah, the reason why I was going for the two-handed sword originally was because it had the multi-hit attack. However, now that we've given, I've forgotten his name. Eric, there we go. Now that we've given Eric the boomerang, it's not so bad, actually. Okay. Let's go see about this guy. I'm assuming there's not too much interesting here.
What's wrong now? You're looking for the door of departure, you say? Well, I couldn't be certain, but there's an old building near the east of here with a big set of doors on it. You got a mind for traipsing out to far-flung ruins. You could do worse. I'm going to take a look. You never know.
Is that it? Is that all that's here? Rob the man. There is not much to rob here. 13 gold coins. That's it. You're taking the man's life savings. I am proud of myself. Okay, we can't go swimming in this game. I was wondering about that. I love the character designs. I know it's like Akira Toriyama, but for whatever reason, I've always enjoyed the Dragon Quest characters designs more than I've enjoyed the Dragon Ball character designs. I think it's because Dragon Ball character designs, you just end up with like a bunch of really, really over-muscled, like, weird people. I think in this one, you kind of end up with a little bit more of a mix. It's just a weird fantasy, like, style that no one else really does.
Huh?
Did you really think you would escape me, Darkspawn?
Damn it. They found us.
Yeah!
Well, don't just stand there. Come on. Gah!
Fire! Now, seize him!
Well, I'm just gonna leave it like this for the next 10 minutes, just to make everything extra silly.
Here! Take my hand! Huh? Quickly! The keystone!
You shall not escape me, Darkspawn!
I like these awkward camera angles where they clearly... I don't even know if they have the rest of this guy's body, but they clearly have just rendered probably him against the night sky background jostling awkwardly. Like, can you imagine being the developer that was in charge of putting this cutscene together? And, like, you know, you've got the nice cutscene parts where stuff's actually happening, and then you've got, like, you know, the intern whose entire job is, for every cutscene, is to have a character in this, like, weird repeatable action just jostling there forever. Like, for all we know, he could be, like, doing some horrible thing, just slightly off camera. And you wouldn't know because, you know, it's obviously, you know, we're limited in our perspective. I'd love to get my hands on a dev version just so I could see some of these things someday. I know it would never happen, but just, like, the weird behind-the-scenes stuff would be amazing. I'm sorry for interrupting this cutscene, for this stupid thought. I'm just amused by how much, you can just kind of break immersion by pausing mid-cutscene.
Run! Now!
Whoa! You think you have won? The game has not even begun.
Whew, we made it. That was too close. So, where exactly are we? I don't recognize this place at all.
Nothing has disturbed this place in eons, and yet here you are. I can only imagine what curious path has led you here. Mine is not the reason why. Perhaps I can be of assistance. I love it how there's just a priest and a merchant just hanging out here, waiting for us. Haven't seen you around here before. Well, whatever you're doing, you're going to need supplies, and that's where I come in. Welcome to my roving emporium. How can I help you? Okay, so does he sell anything of any? Yes, thank you. Okay, so the boomerang, more damage, and I think we've got some other money, but I just mainly wanted to get the new, I just want to get my hands on the new setup. Now, we can actually save the priest, can't we? Let's fight a monster around here. Let's fight some monsters and then go from there. Oh, it's trolls. Oh, God. Who was here for my Dragon Quest Builders series? What was Andrew? That was the troll. For whatever reason, when I was playing Dragon Quest Builders, my live audience got way too into Andrew the troll. For some unknown reason.
Another one?
I don't know why. I really wish for those achievements that would pop up, they'd grant me some, like, very small benefit. Like, all characters get plus one HP. Like, I don't know. What was it? What did I play a long time ago? It was, I think it was the Lord of the Rings Online MMO. Whenever you would defeat, like, X amount of things, you kind of had, like, these tasks. Like, if you kill, like, 100 wolves or something, it would give you a small amount of bonus damage. I don't know if it was in general or just against wolves, but I always thought that was a really nice system. There's a couple other games that have kind of done that, but it's just like, that'd actually be kind of a neat RPG where maybe you do level up conventionally, but half of your power is tied to half of your power-up? Your, like, progression is tied to, you know, kind of these mini achievements within the game. That kind of leads to a talent tree-like situation. It would be cool. It would be unlikely to happen, but I would enjoy it. You know, seeing what sort of thing you can kind of get in a game like that. I don't know. I guess I also just want to see more games, especially JRPGs with, like, really deep talent trees. So far, this one has not impressed me in the way that, like, Final Fantasy X did. After Final Fantasy X, character customization, Final Fantasy X and Final Fantasy Tactics, both of those just made character customization so much fun. And it's always shocked me a little bit how few other, like, JRPGs follow in those footsteps. Like, I want to see like a Diablo style skill tree, or like a Diablo style skill tree, or even better, like Path of Exile or something like that. Maybe not Path of Exile. I know Final Fantasy VII's materia system is actually pretty damn good. I never got far enough into the game to really understand how the materia system worked. I probably should have, because I heard it was amazing. I was watching a speedrun of it recently, and he was kind of talking about how it worked, and I was like, oh man, I wildly underestimated this game. I feel a bit bad about that, to be totally honest. Because, yeah, I never finished Final Fantasy VII. I think I got out of the city, got to the Chocobo section, and I was just like, I can't do this. Oh, we've got a camp on the other side. Let's just beeline for that camp. Fighting whatever we can along the way. Because, yeah, I don't quite want to stop. Just in case editing.
I always like to have about 30 minutes per episode if I can manage it. But I like to have a little bit more just in case. Anything I can do with this? Nope. It's just kind of interesting looking. Okay, I gotta fight and kill you. Whatever the hell you are. You weird creature. It's Majin Drum. Really, it does look kind of like a Majin Buu, but if Majin Buu had like a living drum attached to his belly and no legs. Bongo Drongo. Oh, Bongo Drongo. Ain't so tough. Then again, I did use the super move on him. It's about the same amount of EXP no matter what I do. Ah, run away! I'm being chased by a bird! Okay, bird is not going to let me go. I guess we'll just destroy the bird. Index fingers have been kind of tired lately. I guess I've been playing like an excessive amount of video games for the past couple days. Trying to get on top of all the games coming out before they overwhelm me. Because yeah, I want to finish this. I want to finish, I don't know if I'll do Tomb Raider. We'll see how the views go. I'd like to finish every game I ever start. It's tough, though. It really is. JRPGs make it especially hard. Because, like, there's so many JRPGs, shockingly enough. We've already had 3, 4 major ones come out this year already, which kind of surprised me a little bit. I was really expecting them to be less frequent, but I think Square Enix especially is kind of hitting its stride on all of its different products. You know, Final Fantasy I think is kind of taking the slow road here.
Who else wants?
But you know, they're starting to produce unique I'm gonna say beeline Square Enix products. I think it's actually, like, turning out really well for them, from what I know. Because I know, Octopath was the fastest-selling game of, was it July? I think it was July. And this game did really well reviews-wise. And I wouldn't be surprised if that's not just kind of a consistent, story with a lot of their products that, you know, they're actually doing rather well as a company right now. Sort of. I don't know. I think I heard something recently that Square Enix was not actually doing so hot, which surprised the hell out of me. I guess it's mainly just kind of the perception of Final Fantasy 15 being kind of weird. Okay, so let's get over to this camp. Because yeah, this will give us a bell. Ooh, we can fight the Hork. Hello, Hork. I think it's a Hork. Ugh. Oh god, I forgot about that monster. Okay, so it's a lump wizard and a walking corpse. Aww. I think they used to be called Horks. I could be wrong. Let's hope these guys aren't terribly tough. Nope, they're not. Okay, good. I'm always worried that this is going to pull a Xenoblade Chronicles. Oh god, we've got Xenoblade Chronicles 2's DLC this week, don't we? Oh no. How am I ever gonna do any of these anythings?
Another one?
Just gonna keep recording. Alright, where's the camp? Camp's over here. Hell yeah. Alright, let's save.